Hello there, Kyle Katarn here. Today we're talking about Star Wars issue 53 by Kieran Gillen and Salvador Larroca. So I am absolutely loving this arc, but it feels too short. The action scenes take up most of the story, and by the time it's over, it doesn't feel like anything really happened. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a really solid story. I just think it's going to be a lot more rewarding to read it as a trade when you have the entire story from start to finish. And this issue in particular is a treat. The space battle is excellent, and Larroca is at his best here. The artwork on the ships is top-notch. I thought Luke's idea to use the engine flares from the ceremony to get Admiral Ackbar's attention was great. It felt very authentic as something that only a Jedi could pull off, you know? He's basically painting a target on his back and shouting, "Here I am," while simultaneously executing really precise flight patterns in order to send the message to the Rebels. Speaking of Rebels, we got a couple name drops, like Jan Dodonna and Hera. It's really great to see Rebels from various storylines coming together like this. Rebel Slicers discover the Queen Trios left behind an override code that would reboot all of the Rebel ships, but the code itself is missing from her files. It's aboard the Executor. Leia and Draven lead Rebel Special Forces aboard Trios' ship, hoping to sneak aboard the Executor and steal the code. Han Solo, narrowly avoiding destruction at the hands of Vader himself, manages to crash land the Falcon on one of the ships, and it's a pretty badass crash. The whole thing lands upside down. Leia's team makes it on board the Executor, and then Vader makes his arrival in one of the most badass moments. Another Rebel cruiser explodes, and the Rebels turn to look out the hangar, and then out of the explosion cloud, Vader just comes roaring through it in his TIE fighter. So cool. Really reminded me of the trailer for the Old Republic, when Darth Malgus comes flying through that explosion cloud. Also a really cool moment. The issue ends with Vader hunting for Leia and Draven aboard the Executor. The stakes are about as high as possible, and it's kind of been that way for about the entire arc. I can't wait to see how it all wraps up in the next issue, number 54, which will incidentally be Salvador Larroca's last issue as main artist. Moving forward, the art will primarily be handled by Angel Unzueta. And if you ask me, Larroca is going out on a high note because the artwork was excellent in this issue. I guess we'll find out how it all concludes next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out the rest of the channel for more content, reactions, and reviews. Leave me a comment if you have a question or something to say, and as always, may the Force be with you.